film organizers. The new standard for on-demand international quality films in digital high definition. UFO.
Our group consists of 4 members: Jobin George Wayanad, myself Arjun alias Malitra, Alvin Matthew Wayanad, and our one and only hero Manu George Kavanadi.
Hi friends, we are going to explain about the context of the process. The context of a process consisting of 3 things, that is the content of its address space, the kernel data structures, and the hardware registers. Basically, the context of a process consisting of 3 contexts, that is register level context and user level context, and the other one is. Now I am going to hand over the session to Alvin. He will explain about register level context.
Hi friends, I am Alvin. Today I deal with register context level. Register context level contains 4 components such as program counter, process status register, then general purpose register, stack pointer. Program counter specifies the address of the next instruction, which the virtual address which is in the kernel or the user memory control space. And next is process status PS register. It mainly specifies the hardware components of this processor. Then is general purpose register. General purpose register specifies the numeric data of the process. And next is stack pointer, contains the current address of the next entry in the kernel or the user stack determined by the mode of execution. The machine architecture detects whether the stack pointer points to the next free entry or on the stack or to the last used entry. And once again, the general purpose register contains the data generated by the process during the execution. Let us distinguish 2 levels of general purpose register, register 0 or register 1. Both are using transmitting the information between the process in the kernel. That is my section is handed over to Manu George.
Hi friends, my friend Alvin discussed about the register level context process. Now I am going to explain about the system level context process. Mainly the system level context process consists of mainly 2 parts, static part as well as dynamic part. A process has one static part in the system level context process throughout its lifetime, and it should have a variables of number of dynamic parts. And the dynamic part of the system level context it can be viewed as a stack of context layers, which the users can be push as well as pop according to the event. And mainly the system level context consists of certain components. Now we can look at which are the components in the system level context process. The first one is the U area of the process contains process control information that need be accessed only in the context of the process. This is the first component discussed in the system level context process. The second one is region entries. Region tables and page tables define the mapping from virtual to physical address and therefore define the text, data, the stack and other regions of the process. Now explain about the second component, which is about the region entries. And the last one is the dynamic part of the system level context of the process consists of a set of like visualized as a last in first out stack. Each system level conducts about the necessary information to recover the previous layer. Here we can recover the previous layer, including the register context of the previous layer. Thank you.
So hi friends, mainly the context of a process consists of three levels, that is user level, system level and register level. My topic is user level. It mainly consists of stack, then data, process state and shared memory. What will we do with this diagram? Okay, do one thing. I'll explain this. Otherwise, Ibrahim sir will reduce my CAMR.
No, I will explain this.
No,
I'll explain this.
No.
I will explain this.
Okay, good. Do one thing. You will just explain. Okay.
You are my sweet buddy. You can explain.
Okay.
Carry on.
So this diagram is actually about the components of the context of a process. Like the left side of the figure shows the static portion of the context. It consists of user level context. That's my topic. And the user level context consists of process text, data, stack and shared data. The right side of the figure shows the dynamic portion of the context. It consists of several stack frames, where each frame contains the saved register context of the previous layer, and the kernel stack as the kernel executes in that layer.
I will explain about this context of a process diagram, and this diagram consists of two parts, that is static portion of the context and the dynamic portion of the context. In the static portion of the context, it contains user level context and the static part of the system level context. In the system level context of a process has a static part and also a dynamic part. The static part comes here and the dynamic part comes here. And a process has one static part of the system level context throughout its lifetime, but it can be a variable number of dynamic parts. The dynamic part of a system level context should be viewed as a stack of context layers that the kernel pushes and pops one on occurrence of various events. Okay, the static part of system level context explains about three things: process table entry, U area, per process region table. Okay, I'll explain about the process table entry. The process table entry of a process defines the state of a process, and the U area of a process contains process control information that need to access only in the context of a process. And also this per process region table defines the mapping from virtual to physical addresses. And the rest of the things will explain by Arjun. I will hand over the session to Arjun.
So the right side portion of the diagram is dynamic portion of the context. It has mainly four layers: layer 0, layer 1, layer 2 and layer 3. And layer 0 is user level, and layer 1 is kernel stack for layer 1, and it is used for saving the register contents for layer 0. And layer 2 is like kernel stack for layer 2, and it is used for saving the register contents of layer 1, and layer 3 is used for saving the register context for layer 2. And the dynamic part of the system level context of a process consists of a set of layers, as I told you, visualized as the last in first out stack. And each system level layers contains the necessary information to recover the previous layer, including the register context of the previous level. The kernel stack contains the stack frames of kernel procedures as a process executes in the kernel mode.
What these guys are doing?
So once again, we thank Jibril sir for giving me such an opportunity. So now the time is 5:45. We all are feeling hungry.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's the time to disperse. Okay, bye.
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 Okay, bye guys.